old man sat quietly on the park bench every morning, his trembling hands clutching a small, worn-out envelope, as if it carried the weight of his entire life. People passed by without a second glance, unaware that inside that fragile paper lay a secret powerful enough to shatter one woman's past and rebuild her future. And today, after years of silence, he had finally decided it was time to reveal it. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of hidden truths, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Draymek's story. Because stories like this deserve to be felt by the world. The sun had just begun to rise, painting the sky in soft golden hues, when Alina walked into the park. Her steps were slow, heavy, as if each one carried a burden she couldn't put down. Life had not been kind to her. She had spent years struggling alone, abandoned by people she once trusted, and haunted by questions about her past that no one ever answered. There was always a gap in her story, a missing piece that made her feel incomplete, like a book with its most important chapter torn out. Every morning, she came to this park to escape the noise of her thoughts, to sit under the same old tree and pretend, even if just for a moment, that everything was okay. And every morning she noticed him, the old man on the bench. He never spoke to anyone, never moved much, just sat there, staring into the distance with eyes that seemed to hold decades of regret. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. A silent routine formed between them. They never spoke, yet somehow, their shared loneliness created an unspoken connection. Alina often wondered about him. Who was he? Why did he always carry that envelope? And why did his eyes always seem to follow her, as if he knew her, as if he had been waiting for her? That particular morning felt different. The air was warmer, softer, almost as if the world itself was holding its breath. As Alina walked past him, something unexpected happened. The old man slowly stood up, his fragile body shaking, and for the first time he stepped into her path. His eyes met hers, and in that moment, she felt something she couldn't explain. A strange familiarity, mixed with an overwhelming sense of unease. Without saying a word, he extended the envelope toward her. Alina hesitated. Her heart began to race, her mind flooded with questions. Why her? What was this? But something deep inside urged her to take it. Her hands trembled as she reached out and accepted the envelope, feeling its rough edges against her skin. The old man's eyes softened, as if a heavy burden was finally lifting off his shoulders. He slowly nodded, then turned away and walked back to the bench, sitting down with a quiet finality. Alina stood there for a moment, frozen. The world around her seemed to fade as all her focus shifted to the envelope in her hands. Taking a deep breath, she carefully opened it. Inside was a letter, old, fragile, and slightly yellowed with time. As her eyes began to move across the words, her entire world started to unravel. The letter revealed a truth she had spent her entire life searching for. It spoke of her childhood, of a past she had been told to forget, of people she never got the chance to know. It revealed that the old man sitting on that bench was not a stranger. He was her grandfather, the same man her family had told her had abandoned them, the same man she had unknowingly resented her entire life. But the letter told a different story, a story of sacrifice, of mistakes, and of a man who had spent decades trying to protect his family from a truth too dangerous to reveal. Years ago, a single decision had forced him to disappear from their lives. A decision made out of love, but one that cost him everything: his family, his identity, and the chance to watch his granddaughter grow up. He had lived in silence, watching from a distance, making sure she was safe, even if it meant she would never know him. Tears began to fall from Alina's eyes as the weight of the truth settled in. All those years of pain, of feeling unwanted, of believing she had been abandoned, it had all been a misunderstanding, a tragic, heartbreaking misunderstanding. She looked up, her vision blurred by tears, and turned toward the bench, but the old man was no longer there. Panic rushed through her as she searched the park, her heart pounding louder with every passing second. The bench was empty, the space he once occupied, now filled with nothing but silence. It was as if he had come only to deliver the truth, and then disappear once again. Clutching the letter to her chest, Alina sank to her knees. The pain she felt was overwhelming. But for the first time in her life, it was mixed with something else: understanding. Her past was no longer a mystery. The emptiness she had carried for so long finally had meaning. And even though she had lost the chance to truly know him, she realized something powerful. She had not been abandoned. She had been loved, from a distance. And sometimes, love doesn't look the way we expect it to. Sometimes, it hides in silence, in sacrifice, and in the quiet choices that no one else ever sees. Before you reach the end of this story, I have a special request. Please comment "Second chances matter" if you believe that no matter how late, truth and love still have the power to heal. Alina slowly stood up, wiping her tears. Her heart still aching but no longer empty. The sun had risen fully now, its warm light wrapping around her like a gentle embrace. For the first time in years, she felt a sense of peace. She walked back to the bench and sat down, holding the letter close. The place where the old man once sat no longer felt lonely. Instead, it felt sacred, like a quiet reminder that even the deepest wounds can find healing. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and engage with the video. Your support helps stories like this reach others who might need hope, understanding, or a reminder that they are not alone. Because sometimes, the secrets we fear the most are the ones that save us in the end.